Hello and happy Tuesday, which is my book reviews day. And today, I want to talk to you about The Store by Bentley Little. This one, I had to kind of bump up the list because of the recent announcement from Lividian Publications. If you watch my channel, you might have seen some Lividian unboxings, which is the small press run by Brian James Freeman. He's been doing phenomenal things, just absolutely beautiful books. Most recently, he announced The Store, which as of me recording this is Tuesday, what's today, the 8th of November? It's like 95% sold out, which is crazy. 750 signed copies. I should have double checked. I'm pretty sure it's signed by, it's signed by Bentley Little for sure. It's got a new introduction by Jeff Strand, who I believe is signing it, and it's got illustrations abundant from Dirk Berger, who I believe is also signing it. It's following the same pattern of the previous signed editions. So I figured, you know what, I've read The Store, and I might as well give a nice little review for it if you're not very familiar with Bentley Little or The Store in particular. However, like I said, if you wanted to get the Lividian Publications, you should go buy one like right now because it's 95% sold out. It might even be sold out by the time you're watching this video. But you can buy it on the secondary market or through other small publishers, such as Cemetery Dance will have copies, Camelot Books will have copies, Subterranean Press, Dark Regions Press, SST Publications, they're all going to have copies. Anyways, 90 seconds in, we haven't even gotten to the book yet. If you're not familiar with Bentley Little, he is, as described on the cover of every single one of his books, the horror poet laureate. Oh my God, I can't speak English today. The horror poet laureate by Stephen King. Stephen King has said his praises about Bentley Little. And he definitely is, he's a good writer when it comes to scares. However, he's a very formulaic writer. So because of that, I know Bentley Little is very much a love him or hate him author. Some people will absolutely sing from the rooftops about his books. They absolutely adore every single one of them. But I know a lot of people who absolutely can't stand Bentley Little, including the Jeff from the Jeff Word. He absolutely hates Bentley Little. I like him. He's good. I just can't get too much Bentley Little within a small time frame. Because, as I said, he is a very formulaic author. Even down to like the titles. A lot of his titles deal with the noun, the store, the haunting, the haunted, the mailman. You know, it's very formulaic. They're not all following that. Gloria doesn't follow that. Dispatch doesn't follow that. And I will say I haven't read all of Bentley Little's novels, but the ones that I have read, which is the mailman, Dispatch, the consultant, the haunted, and the store, I think that's all of them. They have all been relatively formulaic. Dispatch was not as formulaic as the rest, but that was the only one that I've read by him that I absolutely hated. And maybe it's because it diverged too much from the format. Anyways, a lot of his novels, The Store included, deal with usually an everyman. Could be a family man. It could just be a loner by like Dispatch, who is kind of thrust up against unknowable, unseeable evil in some form or another. So, which I mean, yeah, that happens in a lot of Stephen King novels too. I mean, it's a formula you're going to see in a lot of horror novels. In The Mailman, it's an everyman who goes up against an evil mailman, which sounds crazy, but it's a fun read. The Consultant is an everyman working in an office building who goes up against a very evil consultant who is brought in to help the company. The Store deals with Bill Davis and his family in the small town of Juniper, Arizona, who the whole town of Juniper, Arizona is exposed to The Store, a new kind of big box store that arrives. Think of your Walmart, your Targets, and so on. This was written in the late 90s when, you know, shopping centers like that there's still a lot of mom and pop shops still around, especially in small towns like this. They hadn't been exposed to a big conglomerate like The Store. So, you know, in your own capitalist way, you might see like Walmart and go, oh, Walmart's already evil, but not like this. The titular store, which is literally called The Store, is pretty messed up. And the entire story deals with Bill Davis and his family, as well as his friends in the town, trying to go up against the store, trying to deal with this opening. I mean, there's this shady background of the store from start to finish. And you're going to hear me say the store a million times in this video. Even when it is being built, there are dead animals that are they're animals that are showing up to the lot that the building is being constructed on, and they're just dropping dead on the lot. It's freaky. There are construction workers who are getting illnesses who are also dropping dead that are working on the store. One of Bill's daughters, against his better judgment, against his wishes, gets a job. They both eventually get jobs at the store, his teenage daughters. And through her chapters, you see this almost strange, evil, cultish routines that they have to go through. The interview that she has to go through is just creepy. It makes you want to take a shower after you're done reading that. And it's just that same level of creepiness throughout. People that are going into the store seem to find themselves lost amongst the aisles and finding very dark items. Like the one kid is finding like Nazi shit in the store, or like Molotov cocktail like creation kits. One woman goes in there and she basically is led to an aisle full of just this whole vibrators and all sorts of very dark, perverse, all sorts of sex toys that you wouldn't necessarily expect to find in a Target or Walmart. There are the night managers who are spoken about but never really seen. You do eventually see them, but nobody really sticks around the store after dark. And it's a good read. It's a very fun read, and it's probably Bentley Little's most accessible novel. I know I said that most of his follow the same formula, and this is still following that formula, but it's more accessible for those who haven't read him. The other ones, a lot of his novels have like some way dark sexual related things going on. Not necessarily like rape, but like very uncomfortable sexual matter, which is meant to make the characters in the novel uncomfortable. It's meant to make you as a reader uncomfortable. And yeah, there's definitely that in the store as well, but it's not as graphic as in some of Bentley Little's other works, at least the ones that I've read. Like The Consultant, that one was creepy. But creepy is what he goes for. That's why he's the horror poet laureate. The endings of some of his other novels are not abrupt, but he, just like Stephen King, he sometimes struggles with his endings. The Mailman, it has a decent ending, but it kind of leaves a little cliffhanger that never really has any resolution. Not that there was meant to be a sequel. It's just like something to stick with the reader that never gets resolved. The story does resolve all that. There is a great cliffhanger afterward, a little final chapter here but the actual main story gets tied together as well as it can be, and that's phenomenal. Some of Bentley Little's other works, they kind of take a sharp turn at the end and might leave some unresolved issues. This one definitely has a sharp turn within the last 100 pages. There's a twist that I feel like I should have saw coming, but damn, it shocked me. But within the last 100 pages, the story takes a sharp turn from where you think it was going, which is not a bad thing. It keeps you guessing the whole way through. And it's a pretty good ending. I did not mind it. I enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to be purchasing the Lividian version. Not because I didn't like the novel, but mostly because I am getting poor because there are too many small presses that all want my money. And having already read the store, I don't know that I would need to read it again. But if it's something that you would enjoy, you should definitely check it out. You can buy the special value paperback here. I got this for like $3. It's got a remainder mark on it. You can check it out there. And you can decide from there if you want a Lividian copy. I do have a bunch of Bentley Little that I still need to read, which were primarily published through Cemetery Dance prior to this. So Cemetery Dance published almost 20 novels of his, most in paperback, but a lot had signed limited editions. Those were more just like fancy trade editions that had a signature page, and because of that, they were a bit cheaper, which allowed me to purchase them. Lividian, because Brian James Freeman is an absolute legend, is going above and beyond. It looks incredible. If it just matches the same quality of his other publications, it will soar above most small press editions that you will find. A nice little die-cut slipcase, beautiful cloth binding, 16 interior illustrations from Dirk Berger, which I need to see. The ones I've seen online are superb, and they look really good. It's just that, unfortunately, I won't be able, like I said, it's 95% sold out right now. Even if I were to go online, it's like I'm spending too much money on books. I'm sorry. I gotta draw the line somewhere. But yeah, I mean, just going back to Lividian, it's crazy to see Bentley Little going to Lividian. I mean, I suppose it's not crazy, but you've seen so many Bentley Little's titles coming through Cemetery Dance that it feels weird seeing it come through Lividian. But Brian James Freeman was from Cemetery Dance, so I suppose it's not too weird. It's almost like him taking all the clients as he's going out the door. Joe Hill is working Cemetery Dance on Strange Weather. And then Brian James Freeman stole him for Lividian, and now they're doing everything through Lividian. Robert McCammon had switched from Subterranean Press to Cemetery Dance, but now he got stolen by Brian James Freeman, and he's over at Lividian. Bentley Little had almost 20 novels published by Cemetery Dance. The store was not one of them, and now Brian James Freeman stole them. So that's pretty crazy. I almost wonder, I imagine that we're going to see some Michael Carita get published by Lividian, because I feel like Michael Carita and Brian James Freeman are good friends, and Cemetery Dance was publishing a bunch of Michael Carita, so it wouldn't surprise me if Michael Carita comes over to Lividian next. Anyways, like I said, if this sounds of interest to you, but definitely check out the store. If it sounds like something you love, or you read this and you absolutely love, check out the Lividian edition if you can find it either online or on the secondary market. It's definitely his most welcoming read. You are going to have the extreme horror that Bentley Little is known for. You're going to have sexual material that Bentley Little likes to sprinkle into his novels, and you are going to have the same formula. But it's a formula that works, and that's why he's been able to publish so many titles. Just as a word of warning, don't read too many Bentley Little novels back to back, because that's my only issue with him, is that the formula does get rather stale if you try to follow up one Bentley Little novel with another. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. This is a longer video than I like to make for these reviews. But check out Lividian Publications, check out the store, check out Bentley Little, and we'll see you around next time.